Hi guys, welcome to the Popular Wellness Club. I hope you guys are doing well. Alright, so before I begin, I do curse. If you don't like cussing, this may not be the channel for you. And I do speak the truth. So if you don't like the truth, this may not be the channel for you either. I am picking up an energy in regards to where somebody thought that you were supposed to try harder. They done lost their rabbit ass minds. It's like somebody wanted you to work so hard so that way you can look desperate, so that way they can feel more empowered, so that they can feel more important. Like somebody just wanted to drag you, okay, period. Okay, somebody wanted you to make up for some sort of past pain or hurt that you could have possibly caused them. You know, maybe a choice of decision here. They're heartbroken. They want you to feel the same way. I feel like, you know, you could have been in heartbreak energy, okay? And in some sort of emotional pain. There could have been a divorce here. You could have broke somebody's heart. You could have divorced someone. You could have walked out of somebody's life. Maybe because, you know, you just didn't feel it anymore. It's like somebody with a broken heart is holding on to a lot of emotional pain. And now somebody wants you to work like extra hard to have a relationship with them, you know? Yeah, something about stability. King of Cups. Somebody wants you to prove that you love them in order to regain some sort of peace or some sort of union or connection again in a family, in a connection, in a community. It's like somebody wants you to pour out everything that you have here, collective. Everything. Somebody wants you to pour out everything you have. And I'm sorry for the background noise, okay? Me and my son is sharing the space, and we just have to do what it do, boo. Okay? But I do feel like somebody knows that you are emotionally balanced, and they want to fracture this. They want you to become unstable. I feel like, you know, at one point in time, you know, there could have been a union, a good connection here, collective, and just something just wasn't clicking. All right, it's like whoever this is, they just feel like you didn't fight hard enough to keep a connection together. But I feel like somebody is just playing the victim. Somebody doesn't want to take accountability for how they contributed to maybe you walking out of a connection that no longer served you. I feel like you love the connection. Hold on. I feel like you love the connection. Ace of Swords. I feel like, you know, there was some sort of conflict that had arose in your relationship here. Maybe you did not, you know, have the voice at the time here, collective, but you felt something. Maybe you wasn't mentally clear. Maybe you were young at the time. You know, maybe you felt like you was forced into a connection that you wasn't ready yet, that you didn't know how to maintain in your pain. You feel me? And like, I feel like a lot of people is trying to put a lot of responsibility on you, and it's unfair because no one is, again, taking accountability for the role that they played in the situation. You know, I feel like it can be a group of people as well, and you love a group of people. It's like you wear your heart on your sleeve is what I'm picking up on as well. And people are very clear as to who you are, and I do feel like they could use some of the King of Cups kind of energy that you do embody against you. So they take your emotional state, your balance, and how you
I don't like this
function in your emotions or whatever, and they use it against you because they know that you will feel guilty. They know that you can possibly regret some sort of decision that you could have made. They know that you've hurt people, but you didn't intentionally do that. But God bless you. Somebody wants you to feel it. And I feel like you are clear on this mentally. Like you are no longer going to be manipulated and, you know, dragged through the mud by people who are still angry and still suffering in whatever the Three of Swords energy is. You can come off as being someone who is very disconnected as well, or detached. Yep. You can. I feel like you do not stick around for grief to happen, okay? And this can be a defense mechanism for you, or you could have just learned how to detach at an early age. Feelings and emotions. Maybe you don't put people on a pedestal. Confirmation, you don't put people on a pedestal. Maybe you praise one God and one God only, and he's above. And I feel like here, collective, many people do not like the fact that you are able to just disconnect from things that you are supposed to love forever and do anything for. You just don't think the same way as other people here, collective. You have different perspective, and as much as you're trying to, I guess, fight for a connection here, collective, it's like there's no sense of fighting when people are dedicated in misunderstanding you.
What?
So you had to remove yourself from some situations. You had to continue moving forward. Okay, maybe some delays, some hiccups, but you still moving forward.
Oh.
Especially when it comes from some sort of past hurt. You can't change shit from your past. Especially situations, connections, family, environments. You can't change what happened. And I feel like you can be surrounded by people who are just stuck in that energy of feeling like victims, okay? This can be a collaborative thing. You could have walked out on a family. You could have left something behind here, collective, where a group of people could have been affected by something. Maybe you said something, or maybe you, again, took some sort of inspired action. Like I said, it's something in regards to a connection with a family. All right? It's like somebody was just so oblivious because of all the love that you was able to pour into them. You know what I'm saying? All of the sacrifices you did. You was taking care of everyone, it looks like here. And the moment you decided that you no longer wanted to take care of everybody and you wanted to just separate from things or whatever to gain some more clarity, you became the bad guy. Again, I feel like with the Three of Swords followed by the Six of Wands, I feel like you successfully move away from emotional pain. You can also successfully heal certain emotional trauma. You have successfully moved away from a relationship that was maybe even trauma bonded or something that you just wasn't ready for. Okay, and the fact that you made that decision brought you some sort of success, some sort of self-confidence. Okay. I don't think people like to see you happy. I think they like to see you struggle. Yeah, we have the Six of Swords, and I feel like the reason why you had to remove your emotions from a situation is so that way you can transition onto something else. Leave something behind, releasing baggage that, it is what it is. I feel like here, collective, you could have overly apologized. You could have just done every and anything that you can possibly do to kind of prove yourself to people. And you just decided to be over it. Like, seriously, I feel like you thought that you was actually making some sort of successful, I feel like you felt like you were successful with repairing certain relationships. It's just that unfortunately you have a lot of good actors around you, okay? But you can pick up on the energy. And their energy doesn't lie, the behavior doesn't lie. And I feel like you just decided to tap more so in your self-care and your self-love and move the hell on. And I feel you's a cutthroat son of a bitch, but it is what it is. It can be kids that you're walking away from. It can be your parents. It can be just family. It can be just ex-lover, something like that here. And you're just not with the shits no more. You're not about to allow somebody to use something genuine that you offer, that your true, authentic, vulnerable feelings to use against you. That's something that you ain't going to allow to happen here. And I feel like somebody feels like you should. You should. It's like all the pain you put me through. I'm just here. Ooh, somebody's a fucking straight victim here. It's like somebody is putting all the weight on you to carry.
I got it.
Maybe that's what you was doing in the relationship because you had so much fucking compassion for the people around you that was just being lazy bums. Maybe you carried a spouse for a very long time. Maybe you had multiple jobs. Maybe you was doing certain things to try to keep the household together. But somebody was so stuck in a laziness that they couldn't fucking see it until it was too late. Until you decided to move the fuck on. Seven of Wands. I feel like you tried to fight hard. You fought hard to keep a connection going here, collective. I do. But it was a challenge. It was very challenging. It was very challenging. You could have became defensive. Okay. You could have became resentful. You could have felt like as if you was working single-handedly in whatever this connection was. I feel you to be a very genuine, honest person here. And I feel like it's so unfortunate that when we make certain choices and decisions, it can possibly affect other people in a negative way. And they can hold on to those things for a very long time, okay? But you're not here to be dragged.
We already had this.
You're not here to be a slave to your circumstances. Decisions are not mistakes mostly. It's just things that you should learn from, that you can get better at, that you can try not to repeat. But because we are people and we have a habit of repetition, sometimes we can repeat the same cycles and patterns, not purposely, but because we haven't properly been able to heal certain wounds. And it could just be not knowing, you know? But I feel like whatever this connection was, it was challenging to try to keep it together, to try to keep up an image or a persona about it, okay? Maybe you didn't want to bring other people in your connection. Maybe, again, like I said, maybe you had a partner that just kept dropping the ball. And you didn't want to embarrass them.
What?
We have the Two of Swords coming out in the reverse. Hold on, y'all. And it wasn't in the reverse. It was just on my dog's blanket, you know. I feel like this was a hard decision for you to make here, collective. This is definitely not something easy. But I feel like you had to choose yourself here. Okay? It could have felt so hard. It caused a lot of conflict, but it was a very difficult decision. And I feel like the way that you do it, people feel like you don't care. Like it's not really hard for you to do. It's like I don't know. It's like people think that you're something, but you're not that. But that's what they think that you are. So because they think that you are that, they believe that. Even if they see differently.
I'm trying the thing again.
It's like they can see 100 things differently, and it could be one thing that validates what they think of you, and they go with that one thing, and they just forget about all the other 100 things that contradicts what they think about you. I feel like you had to see this, and you just, again, you had to think logically instead of with your heart, because with your heart was getting you played, okay? Your heart was getting you manipulated. Your heart was getting you dragged. Your heart was putting you and keeping you in some sort of push-pull dynamic, some sort of chasing dynamic here. And when you're doing that, it's kind of fucking impossible to grab onto new opportunities when you're chasing after other people and their validation and their approval and their acceptance. Things only flow naturally to you when you stop that. And I feel like, you know, these are possibly people that you actually want to take with you on your next journey. But you know you have to let them go. Even if it's just temporary. And temporary can be at any time frame. But I feel like this is definitely something that, you know, you will look back on. Yeah. And you will be grateful that you made the decision to, you know, cut your heart out. That's what.
Left or right?
Damn.
Left or right? Left or right? Left or right, bro? Left or right though?
I don't know who this is for. I'm
What
really
forward,
getting
bro?
so,
Left or right?
oh Lord, I'm getting emotional right now. Because whoever this is for, God knows your heart, okay?
Oh.
And if he is the only master you serve, you have to show him that you appreciate how he sees who you truly are, because in his image, you are perfectly and perfectly made, like in his image, right? And he knows how you was trying to be. He knows the trials and tribulations, the turbulences, the tough decisions that you had to make throughout this process of trying to keep other people happy, you know, just trying to do your best, and it's overlooked. Okay? He knows your heart. And it's like, if it's meant to be, it will be. But right now is the time to kind of cut the ties. It's time for you to use logic. It's like you peeling away from the emotions at this time. You're letting go of any kind of emotional wounding. You letting go of the tolerance that you have for other people at this time. Okay? And it's something about you releasing certain type of baggage that, you know, led you to be a person that, for many of you, holding on emotionally to certain people have blocked your blessings. I'm not even going, it's held up your success. But the moment you take the opportunity to move forward in the forward movement march, you're starting to become, you'll start to like ease out. It's not going to be an easy transition, because it's like your body is detoxing from being one way and stepping into another. And again, it's not saying that you're totally neglecting your emotional state. It's just that now you're protecting it with your mental state. Yeah. And it's going to take some time. And I feel like over time, there will be some sort of skill that you're developing. Some sort of passion. You're going to master something here, collective. And it's going to blow the fuck up. It's going to take you to places that you never thought or knew that you could possibly ever go. Yep. It's going to be a slow and steady process, but continue to focus and be diligent. Be diligent. Self-control is what I'm also hearing. We have the Page of Swords to clarify, the Three of Swords to the victory, to the Six of Wands. So you could be turning pain into passion, a purpose, finding new ways to communicate your pain successfully, regaining some sort of mental clarity when it comes to emotional pain and heartbreaks and loss. It's something how you actually transmute some sort of energy. You're transmuting energy here. This is something new for you. Five of Pentacles in the reverse here. You're recovering from a financial loss. You're improving your finances after you remove your emotions from something that has been tying up your finances, tying up your ability to manifest. I'm hearing like all my life I had to fight. I feel like you tried. You tried here, collective. It wasn't like you got into something and then you was like, here, you take care of it. I feel like you bust your fucking ass. You did. You bust your fucking ass. And because people know that you bust your fucking ass, they just want to continuously see you wear the fuck out. So it can slow you down, slow your process down, so they can continue with the same narrative of you not being shit to them here, collective. But I feel like the moment you start bringing in something that they actually really want, they're going to start switching the beat of the fucking drum. Or they might try to get some clout up off of you. Just take it as it resonates. But I do feel like here, collective, woo, 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 there is definitely recovery here. I feel like, again, you could have been taking care of a lot of things. You could have been pouring everything you had out to a bunch of ungrateful motherfuckers that just didn't want to see you as good anymore because you broke their heart. It's like somebody doesn't want to see you as being human. But the moment you removed yourself from this, you began to recover. You began to improve. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. I feel like it was a family or a family connection that was draining you. It was very challenging. I feel like you were the ambitious person in your relationship. Like I said, I feel like somebody around you was just pure fucking lazy. It's like they wanted to swap a destiny with you. So again, like if this is a man, he was like the housewife, and he may have had more time to nurture with the children and bond with the children, and while you continuously went out the home and you provided. It was very challenging for you to be in this role. And I feel like you could have picked up a lot of masculine habits and masculine ways in this relationship. But I feel like whoever you partner up with does not want to admit that they have contributed to the bullshit in which you are in now. Or the separation. Because I don't think it's bullshit.
Alright, you gonna die.
Oh. We have the 10 of Swords, but it was followed by the 9 of Swords in the reverse here. Something is not keeping you up late at night. And I feel like somebody is going to want to reach out to you eventually after you remove yourself from a situation. It's like you are going to be tied up with whatever you need to be tied up with in order to accomplish some sort of goal that you have. Okay? But I feel like you were tired. You had to overcome this here, collective. It was like if you stayed in the environment, you would continuously have painful endings. There would continuously be betrayals, loss, failure, defeat. This is how they wanted you. They wanted you to feel defeated. This is fucked up, you know? And this could be people that you actually love. And they may have like a love-hate relationship for you. They don't know whether they want to love you or if they want to hate you. I feel like whoever could have wanted you in this situation, they go back and forth with their own decisions of, you know, who they see you to be, collective. But somebody in your life wanted you to feel fucked up. Somebody wanted to drag you. Real shit. And it's like you did not want to believe this. You did not want to believe it. And I feel like you could have, your intuition could have been telling you certain experiences with these people could have been showing you, and you just continuously kept ignoring it because you kept following your King of Cups, your heart. You wanted to believe something otherwise. It's like you, at one point in time, you could have even felt like you deserved the treatment that you was receiving. But it's like, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough, okay? This is you releasing worry, you now having hope. I feel like somebody now wants to reach out to you. Because I feel like somebody is going to want to tell you that, you know, you leaving them or you walking away from the connection, they never would have thought that you was going to actually get ghost on them. And it caused them to worry. It's like while you're absent, they miss you. While you're there, they can't appreciate you. I feel like you're no worry. You're no longer worried about leaving a situation that you could have invested a lot into. You're no longer in your head. You're no longer staying up at night. If something is over, it's completion. You found some sort of strength. You found some sort of compassion for the entire situation. For you, them, everybody, everything involved. We have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. What the Eight of Swords is telling me is that this is something that if you are still carrying this, because if you are, no, it's not ain't no if, you are the wear your heart on your sleeve type of person. And now that you have to step into this new cold ass energy where you don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings and you have to care about you for real, and only you. I feel like it can be definitely hard for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when we feel trapped, it's just a feeling that too shall pass. But it's like somebody wanted you to be like in a entrapment of like victim mentality. It's like somebody wants you to prove them right or wrong, just depending on how you look at it. Because somebody definitely wanted you to be tied the fuck up. I don't know who this is. Oh Lord. But I am picking up a group. It could be a family. You could have left a family. You could have left a family. They all share the same wound by you here, collective. They can all be trauma bonding against you. It's like your enemy. Your enemy. How do they say it? Your enemy is their enemy. And they are friends. So it's like two enemies against you become partners to take you down. That's it. You a powerful motherfucker. Whoever you are. You are the scapegoat. The generational curse breaker. You do different shit. The chosen one.
He said it's too hard. Yeah.
That's you.
In
a community. That's you. And you're getting teamed up against your own people. That gotta suck. It gotta suck. They didn't say it was gonna be easy being the chosen one. Okay. They did not say it was going to be easy being the chosen one.
PC, put P. Hold on, wait, jump for J. Jump for J.
We have in their head, overthinking, stressed out, spinning scenarios. Yeah, they want to spin the truth on you here, collective. They want you to be the bad guy. They want to be the victim. They don't want to take accountability for their role in the situation here. They want you to be all stressed out. They want you in your head overthinking because they know you a good guy. They know that you a good person. They know that you wear your heart on your sleeve. Okay, they know that it could have been times where you could have been stuck at night. They know that it hurts you. It says talking to the void, texting them, no reply, left
What, I have
hanging.
this.
I feel like, you could have easily stopped texting somebody that you could have texted every day. You could have been on the phone with them all the time, and like the texting just kind of slowed down, because it's like it's nothing else that you have to say with this person. You no longer want to be phony. It's like you letting go of the connection. Like it's something that they energetically wanted, so now you give it to them physically. Maybe you're taking a long time to reply back to anybody's text messages that you know is in this energy to harm you, to make you feel as if you are, doing things wrong. We have should have been done. Dragging on, already over, in denial. I feel like you dragged on the connections because these are probably very close connections to you here, collective. Like I said, it could be an ex-partner where you had to get a divorce. It had a family involved with it. It could be children involved in this here, collective. It's very hard to leave a child behind. It really is. It really is. Especially after you try, collective. I could see if you didn't try. I could see if you were just one of those mothers that just had you, and then when the man was gone, they were gone, and then they just gave you the people to take care of. This is not you. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually stuck through. You actually stuck through the. I'm sorry, y'all. You actually stuck through it as much as you could. But I feel like the time has come and the time is now. You could feel like, damn, you should have done this a long time ago. But again, you put in whatever work you need to put in. And now God is saying, rest, my dear. Like, who are you really serving? Who are you really serving? Listen, when you chosen, and when you have a calling over your head, and when you answer that call, and it says in the Bible, you have to be ready to leave all things or people, everything that you idolize here on earth for Him. You have to be willing to separate yourself from the pack. You have to trust Him and only Him. It's like, make your circumstances as best as you could. This wasn't love. Fantasy crash, truth exposed, done hoping. You're tired. You're tired. I feel like what you tried to do, you realize that it was never love to begin with. If it was so toxic that it's like, what is love? What is love? Healthy love. What is it? But the truth has been exposed. Okay, there's no longer any hope for you holding on, because if you hold on anymore, you're going to bleed to death. We have sacred rest. Deep transformation requires balance. Exhaustion is not a badge of honor. Yep, it's time for you to rest, baby. Because you're about to go in and you're about to transform to something so big. It's like God is about to bless you, but He had to get rid of these people. I'm sorry. He had to remove these people from your life, okay, in order for you to receive this abundance. It says healing takes time. Progress is not always linear. Trust that even setbacks are part of the process.
Oh.
It's like your soul had to be ready. Again, I know it's a difficult decision, but again, you answered the call, so now you have to walk it. You have to. And you're just going to leave it in God's hands. You're going to surrender everything, and every pain, every regret, every hope, anything, everything, you're going to surrender to Him. It's like you're finally taking the time to heal. without any distractions, any unnecessary distractions. And you don't owe anybody any goddamn explanation for it either. It says the veil between worlds. Connect with ancestors and guides. Their wisdom will illuminate your healing path. I feel like, you know, light and dark, baby. You can't have one without the other. But you can serve just one. But you have to recognize that, you know, on each side, we all embody both. So because we all embody both, you know, are we going to abandon ourselves continuously? Or are you going to embrace whatever it is that you need to embrace? Heal whatever it is that you need to heal. If these are people who know that you're healing here, collective, they didn't want you to. Because they know that the moment you start healing was the moment you was going to really, really disconnect. Really disconnect. That's not what they wanted you to do. They benefited from you being a mushy, loving person. They benefited from it. They was able to treat you like shit with no repercussions. Because you probably felt like you deserved it. But enough is enough. You know, like, enough is enough. Eventually, Tina Turner got tired too. You know? Enough is enough. Alright, let's see. For the final message, what are we going to reveal here? What is the final message, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels? Guys, at this time, I ask if you like what you hear, so please like, comment, subscribe. If it resonated in any way, if it brought any kind of clarity in any way, please help the channel grow. We have storm warning. Dun, 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 dun. Bottom of the deck, we have contract.
We're just having a shoot off.
So it says, clouds on the horizon. This card indicates a potential difficulty either in the external world or within yourself in your emotional life. The difficulty is coming closer, and you may have already heard rumbles of potential problems around you. The caution here is to be conscious, yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulty, even the worst storm passes. Always remember you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. Again, like, it is a storm coming. It's a different storm. You really are on a path or on a journey with not too many folks. You're not. You're not. And it can be very challenging, very scary. The affirmation for this card is, I have the power to overcome any obstacle, no matter what is going on. I can be strong, confident, and self-directed. That's a fact. I normally take one card, but I was called to take two. The bottom one as well. The contract, it says partnership and legal commitment. It said this card shows a contract in the background, ready to be signed, indicating a committed connection of some sort. This union may be a business deal, the sale of a home, a new job, or even a commitment in marriage. Whatever the connection, this card is more than a casual agreement. It's usually something that requires a document that's binding, at least for the time being. The scales of justice also indicate that if a legal action is underway, it is likely to turn out in your favor. This card shines a light on potential new opportunities, so remain aware and receptive to what may be coming your way. For some of you, you have like lawsuits or something. There's some sort of contract that is going to be binding where it's going to take you out of whatever. With the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, something about financial renewal, something is going to come in your hand, some sort of big windfall. The storm is disconnecting from whatever the connections or whatever the community is that you had to remove from, or it can also be disconnecting from your emotional state, so that way you can logically move forward and follow the calling of the Most High God, especially if you identify as a chosen one. Okay, it says the affirmation: I am attracting wonderful, beneficial connections that support and honor me and bring me great happiness and abundance. I feel like once you leave the past behind, even if it's a temporary, goodbye, it's time for you to focus on your new endeavors. It's time for you to focus on the things that you possibly was too wrapped up emotionally in and couldn't concentrate, couldn't properly manifest. Now you can. Whatever this contract is coming in is blindfolded. Okay, this can come at any time. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know when it's expected. For some of you, you know that it's coming, but you just you just don't have the time frame. For others of you, you don't even see this coming. Okay, you might go out and get a lottery ticket or something, and boom. Like your financial stuff is over. But that storm is always going to persist because it's something that is within. It's something that you have to force yourself to do. This is all I have for you guys. I want to thank you so much for joining. Until next time, namaste.